Okay, so the last few days with all this political madness has been, well, madness. Um, so today, Donald Trump said that he would not be attending the inauguration of Joe Biden, which personally, like, good riddance, and we want you out of there as soon as possible. So please stay away. However, the inauguration and the transfer of power from one administration to the next administration is a crucial and quintessential part of our democracy. And it's just embarrassing that a sitting president, sorry, I have a cat in my rear in my side view here. Oh, hey buddy, here, come here. So it's just embarrassing that a sitting president would refuse to attend the inauguration of his successor because he is embarrassed or hurt about losing. And I think it points out a glaring double standard because can you imagine what would have happened let's say in 2016 if when Trump went to get inaugurated, Obama had refused to go to his inauguration? Fox News and Trump supporters would have lost their freaking minds. Like, there's no denying that that's exactly what would have happened. Yet, like, no one is saying anything about him not attending this inauguration. And it's just crazy to me. Like, I don't understand at this point, like, how do you still not see the insanity and the double standard that is going on? And I do want to take a moment to talk again a little bit. I know I uploaded that video and post the other day about the terrorist insurrection and sedition that took place in the Capitol when they were trying to do the, constitutional duty of certifying the votes for this past election. And really, when we get down to it, that's really all it was. Like, it wasn't like, the Electoral College has already certified it. It's a formality that has always been in place. Congress, Senate, they convene to vote to just confirm the vote that has already taken place. And these terrorists, because that's what they are, they were incited by the President of the United States. You can try to spin it however you want. I know there's this insane theory going on right now that Antifa somehow prepared and then dressed up as Trump supporters and then stormed the Capitol as Trump supporters to somehow make it look like the Trump supporters were the bad ones when they weren't. That's insane. Like, that's crazy. There's video of Trump holding a rally with his supporters where he says, we have to show strength. We have to fight. We're going to march down this street here to the Capitol and, encourage the weak members of the Republican Party to help us save our democracy. That was inciting exactly what happened. And I said the other day that he maybe doesn't realize how much power his words hold. I'm going to walk that back because I think he does. At the end of the day, Donald Trump is concerned about one person, and that's Donald Trump. He doesn't care about the Republican Party. He's shown that he has thrown his supporters under the bus. He's thrown his own party under the bus. He's thrown his vice president, who's been a loyal, insanely, maddeningly loyal vice president over the last 4 years. He threw him under the bus as soon as Mike Pence essentially wouldn't, commit a crime by overturning the results of all these states and handing him the election in a coup attempt. So no, Donald Trump is explicitly, directly responsible for the attack on the Capitol the other day. And that is why everyone is calling for him to be removed from by the 25th Amendment. or if not, at the very least, be impeached a second time. Because when you have a sitting president who is inciting violence with his from his supporters to go and break into the Capitol, raid the offices of congressional leaders and senators. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. Like, at this point, I really don't. Like, it's wrong. And he did that. So yeah, he needs to go. I know there's only, 12 more days in his presidency, but no, he needs to go immediately. And it's heartbreaking to me to see that we've come to this point. People who know me, I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy, and I still am. I mean, I always will be. But this is serious, and this requires all of us to look really deep within our consciousness and say, is this okay? Just watching the news last night, I would have thought that I was watching the news from a third world country, banana republic, and it's happening here. And if we don't the thing is, if we don't call him out on it, if there's no repercussion for what he has done, it's going to happen again. Luckily, like I said in my post the other day, Donald Trump is not, and I'm sorry if you're a supporter of his and you find this offensive, Donald Trump is not that smart of a person. He's not. He is very good at whipping up a frenzy. He understands what makes people angry, and in that regard, sure, he is intelligent in that regard, I guess. But as far as like the actual mechanisms of government and being able to do more damage than he's already done, luckily he lacks that skill set. But the next wannabe dictator probably will not. So we need to be prepared, because we can't let that happen again. And to be clear, what I'm saying is we essentially just need to make sure that the elections are fair and free. That's it, which I don't think anyone would disagree with. It's insane. If you still can't see the insanity, I don't know what else to say to you. It's appalling. It's embarrassing. And thank God that, Pelosi and Schumer and the other Democrats, also, shout out to AOC, Rashida Tlaib, and all of the squad and the new progressive wing for really pushing for impeachment again. If that happens, it's the only time in history that a president will have been impeached twice. And it needs to happen. We need to essentially ensure that he cannot hold federal office again. That needs to happen. So I would just say, if you are one of the holdouts or one of the people who still doesn't see a problem with any of this, please just look within your conscience, dig deep, and really ask yourself, like, is this okay? And honestly, for a lot of the Trump supporters, I get it. Like, you voted for him once, maybe twice. If you were angry, you saw a system that is not working. You see, the wealth gap widening. You're not, you work hard every day and you're not seeing the fruits of your labor. And you've heard for years people on both sides of the aisle like, oh, we're going to make this better for you. We're going to make this better for you. Nothing's changed. And Donald Trump tapped into that. He did. And he made you feel like you were going to have a non-politician, an outsider in Washington, and he was able to utilize that for himself. And I feel, if anything, I feel bad or sorry for you, because I feel like you were hoodwinked. And I don't say that to be condescending. It's just, it is what it is. And hopefully we can move forward and realize that, for as cliche as it sounds, there's a lot more that unites us than divides us. And know that, I am, again, for people who know me, I am a staunch, I don't even say Democrat, I'm a progressive. I'm a democratic socialist. I'll say it. I'm a democratic socialist. I am a Bernie-crat, as it were. But if I see anyone on, the left doing things that I disagree with, I will call them out. I have before. And, I will be right there with you, regardless of what political party you affiliate with. I will be right there with you to hold their feet to the fire. But the point of this video is just that, to really say, Donald Trump needs to go. There's only 12 days left, but he needs to go. He's committed treason. He's committed crime. And I understand tensions are high right now because of what happened on Wednesday, as they should be. There were people that died. And I know I saw Fox News, because I try to watch everything just to kind of get a sense of what everybody's saying. And they were talking about how, the left, they always, they say they don't call out, the protests and the riots after, for Black Lives Matter or Antifa. You have to understand, like, it isn't the same. It's not equivalent. Black Lives Matter has always been majority about the African American community in this country saying that their lives matter too. No one is saying that their lives matter more than everyone else. It's just that for a long time in this country, their lives have seemed to matter less. And that's what their whole agenda is. These people on Wednesday were basically committing a criminal act against this government. And the people that died, I don't have the exact numbers. I know that multiple of them were, the Trump supporters, some of the rioters and stuff like that. I wish it hadn't have happened. I don't think anyone deserves that. But there's a difference when you are, breaking into the Capitol versus essentially getting choked or gunned down for, petty crime or nothing in some cases, as it's been proven. There was a woman I saw, and she was crying, and they asked her what was wrong, and she said, "I was tear gassed." And they asked her what was going on, and she said, "Oh, we're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution." It's a revolution. It's a revolution is what she said. But, oh dear Lord, I was tear gassed. Like, in the revolutions in history, a lot worse has usually happened to revolutionaries. So, like, I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of patience or compassion for something like that. Like, what did you think was going to happen? So please stop equating these seditionist, insurrectionist, domestic terrorists with people who are essentially rioting not even, I wouldn't even say, I mean, there has been riots, but protesting to essentially say, let us live, please. Like, don't kill us. That's not the same thing. If anything, I would just leave you with this. Please just be kind and try to help everyone among you, no matter their race, their gender, their political belief, their religious belief. It's not that hard. It's really not. We can do it. I know we can. We have it in us. I think we are moving in a better direction. I can only hope that we learn from this and move forward from this. Not move on from this, because there's a lot of people who say we just need to move on, come together, forget. No, the people that have, done wrong need to be held accountable. It's just a fact that needs to happen. But yeah, I love all of you. Again, regardless of what you believe or anything, I love all of you. And I just hope that we can reach in and embrace our better selves, our higher angels, as it were. Please take what you need from this video and keep carrying on the spirit of peace and love. And that's it for this one. So love you guys, and till the next one.